Hi guys, my name is SarahFynn. I'm from SarahFynn.com. Today I'm sitting here with Akua Wood, the owner of Shea Butter Cottage, and we're just going to talk about herself and her brand. So let's get started. Hi Akua, how are you today?
Hi Sarah, I'm fine. You?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. So to start off, just tell us a bit about yourself and your brand.
Right, okay. A lot of people know the brand as Shea Butter Cottage, and actually in February we turned 12.
Oh wow.
I think it's 12 years here. I'm trying to remember. But it started as Chocolatina.
Okay.
So when you go onto our site, you probably see Shea Butter Cottage as oils, butters, exotic ingredients, and then you see natural natural products as well as Chocolatina, and that's how I actually started back in 2002.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a long time.
Yeah. And when you started, what was your inspiration behind it? What made you want to start the brand?
It was a personal choice because I'd grown up as a hustler.
All Ghanaians are hustlers too.
Yeah.
So.
Basically, being an independent woman, and I was put in a situation where I couldn't work in an office full time because of my daughter. When I had my daughter, so I decided that, right, what can I do at home while I was looking after her? And because I'd come from Ghana, where we're blessed with the sunshine and your skin glows and all that, I came to UK and I was like, oh gosh, my skin is dry, it's itchy. So I needed to find something to keep me going, home based, and that's why I started. All those years ago.
Okay, yeah, and 12 years now.
I know.
Still
well,
strong.
14 actually, almost.
Okay. So when you started, did you run into any difficulties at all, or what was the hardest part of starting your own brand in the UK?
Mainly finance.
Okay.
Yeah, and also at the time, there weren't many black home-based businesses. To be honest with you, and that is why I have a brand called Chocolatina. Chocolatina actually means chocolate, little chocolate. But I think there's a poem as well about the girl who likes to eat too much. And when I studied in Italy some years ago, a guy gave me that nickname because obviously my color, my love of chocolate, and well, it's a long story. So when I started, I used a name that could hopefully gain me entry onto the market without being so much like an outsider. So I chose a name that didn't really represent, let's say, my heritage. Not that I'm shy of my heritage, and I'm very, very proud to be a Ghanaian, but at the time I think it was a difficult market. And looking back, I don't have any regrets. But yeah, finances were quite difficult, obviously, and space as well, as well as moving into a very tough market. And
sort of 14 years on, those problems, are you still facing that, or is it?
Well, finances still, I think every business would face financial problems, but what I've decided to do is not to borrow any money, because I want to be able to comfortably walk away from my business when time is right, without having to owe anyone.
That's true.
I know some people say, oh, but you need money to grow your business and all that, but I'd rather it grows organically than me thinking, gosh, well, how am I going to pay that loan or whatever. And we've been blessed that we've come this far. I know somehow you think that maybe a 14-year-old business should be at a different level as to where we are, but then I'm comfortable with it because I have to think of my family as well. Although I mean, it's not a hobby, it's a business. But then behind every business there's a family,
of course.
So I have to think of that side as well. But finances always, it's like it follows me along.
And sort of, for small business owners or anybody thinking about starting their own business, would you then give them that advice to not to go for a loan, because you just have to think about long term the effects of that? Or
I guess so. I think every business is different. Some people come onto the market and they just want to be in the supermarket straight away. Some people want to be at the they want to own a shop as well. But of all these things, obviously, they have their own problems. And so if you're starting a business, the main thing is to stay focused on why you want to start the business.
Okay.
You could start the business with little money, basically, and then grow it that way.
Okay.
Obviously, if you want a faster approach to markets to grow, then maybe you can look at the loan aspect of it. But don't forget that you have to pay it at some point.
True.
Yeah.
Those interest rates.
I know, yeah. I keep getting letters. I'm like, every time I just tear it away because I don't want to be sucked into that kind of false economy.
Okay.
That I've got so much when I realize that no, that's not mine. It's for somebody else.
True.
Yeah.
That's very true. Okay. So I follow you on social media, Twitter, Instagram. And I noticed that you support a lot of campaigns.
Yeah.
You post a lot about. Actually, I'll just let you tell us about the campaigns that you support and why you support them.
When I started, I made it one of my ethics to support farmers, especially back in Ghana. I grew up in Ghana.
What
and okay. You want to know the boring side? I was born in Kumasi, but I grew up mainly in Accra.
Okay.
Because just before I turned 2, I believe, we had to move to Accra because of my parents' work. And so I would say I'm almost a Ga, but you know what it's like in Ghana. you come from where you're born or where your parents come from, basically. Yeah. So I'm half Ashanti, half Nzima, hence the blackness, and I'm proud of that. And my paternal grandmother was a cocoa farmer.
Okay.
And also, you'll probably be quite young, Sarah, but there was a point in time when we were wearing the Rollins chain. I don't know if you've heard about Rollins chain.
I know who Rollins is, but not the
Right,
Rollins
okay.
chain.
It was basically when there was famine in Ghana. There was so much hunger. And so you would sort of end up with really deep kind of bone structure. And things could get caught in there. You get lost. And so I obviously grew up with that, and I ended up having to sell soap on the open market, Canadian market.
Oh, yes.
So I knew of the hardship. So when I was in the position to have a business, I made it my number one point to help those making those products, especially back in Ghana, because especially with the shea butter, I've worked in the north and I noticed that it's so hot in the north. The women don't want to use machinery because for them it's a social gathering to sit down and do it by hand and everything. But it takes a lot of effort to churn out something for us to sell. And people dictate the prices to them and all that. So I would rather work with them so that they get some support as well, rather than me just taking away and then getting the money and that is it.
Okay.
So I make it, what do you call it, my ethics to help those farmers. But it's not just Ghana. I mean, I'm totally biased towards Ghana, but I do support around the world where I can.
Okay,
as well,
And you also post a lot about saying no to bleaching, because nowadays the whole team dark skin, team light skin thing going on.
Oh, don't stab me on that. Yes, bleaching is very, very common, skin bleaching in society. And I think it's because when we were growing up, it was like pumped into our heads that unless you're light or you have long hair or whatever, you're not beautiful. And now a lot of people have realized that no, that was not the truth. But apart from that too, there's the side effects of you end up with skin odor. You end up with, I believe, skin cancer as well. So there's so many side effects to it. And yes, I'd rather be dark and beautiful than try to look something different. I know some people say, but what about makeup? Makeup is temporal. You can always remove it, but you can never ever how should I say, change the skin bleaching. Once it's had the effect on the skin, that's it.
It's irreversible.
That's the word.
And you go to Ghana a lot and you meet the women that help you with the business. How does it feel to sort of go back and see how your business has helped other communities with their way of living?
Very proud. It fills me with joy. I mean, don't forget that I keep saying small business, small business. I mean, I know we've grown, but then compared to maybe others, we're just like a tiny nut on the tree or whatever. But to be able to help somebody on the other side of the world, it gives me, it fills me with my joy. I'd rather not have enough money than help the others than to have so much and someone else is like languishing somewhere and not being able to provide for him or herself. But we have a long way to go. We have a long way to go, and there's so much our business can do. But then if I'm able to support somebody in Ghana, I mean, it's not just the women who make the products, but it's the children too, maybe from the same village or even outside the village. Like in March, I'm going to visit a group in northern Ghana, and because we identified a group when I went in November, and we're going to try and support them through educational services. So that is something that I'm really looking forward to.
Would that be the first time you've done that, or is that
it's we've supported a kid in Swaziland, Vili. It's a shame we've lost contact. He was a Down syndrome kid or teenager, and we supported him through Swazi Secrets, who used to supply us with marula oil. And then we've supported some kids in Uganda as well, where we built a water
fountain,
something like that. And we've supported some kids too in Eastern Ghana, Eastern region. We provided water filters for them because we realized that they were just taking water from the river and it wasn't that pure. So we provided water filters which would last them for a long time. And then when I was there, I realized that the windows at the school weren't that great, because it was like they could shut for the holidays, but the school still looked open because it wasn't secured. So we tried with the parents, because it's nice to fund 100%, but sometimes the people have to understand that it's not always give. You have to give and take. So that one we went with the parents to fund for the windows to secure the school. So the other projects that we tend to do, and as well as microfinancing through like Kiva or Kiva, I can never pronounce it right, but we do that as well.
No, that's really great stuff that you're giving back to the community. So now I have some lighter questions. Talking about hair and beauty stuff.
Oh dear.
So if you just tell us your top 3 products for hair and your skincare, what products that you like using?
I keep it quite simple, really simple, because one, I know the natural hair movement and people say, why are you wearing weaves and all that, and before people attack anyone with weave, they have to realize that there's a reason behind why maybe someone wear weave. Not because they don't like the natural hair or they're not proud of it, but in my case I have alopecia. I had a thyroidectomy some years ago, and that's why my voice seems to like break and sometimes it's a bit high. And that affected my hair. So the parts of my scalp where it's been attacked with alopecia. So for me, yes, I could shave my hair, but I'd rather wear weave. It helps with my confidence. And maybe there'll be a time when I'll shave wherever. So to be honest, I keep it quite simple. Obviously wear the weave. In between, I'll wash my hair with the Sewa clay shampoo to help keep this hair quite healthy. And my beloved Shea Butter as well. I use it daily. I use it daily on my skin. Nothing else. I mean, there are times when I'll swap to maybe baobab or another oil, but I keep it quite simple that way. And also black soap.
Of course, yes. Black soap is my favorite as well.
Yes, I use it to wash morning and evening. And I hardly wear makeup anyway, so I like to keep it that way.
Very simple. And very last question before we go into sort of a quick fire round. What is the difference between yellow shea butter and white shea butter?
Right, okay. Now, that was something too that I wanted to know so many years ago, because people say the yellow is the pure one.
Yeah.
Some would say no, it's the white one. So luckily, because I work directly with the women, I did ask them, and we do have a small documentary on our YouTube channel. But basically, the yellow one has an added an additive to it.
Okay.
It's called the burututu plant.
Okay.
And they add it to the shea butter to give it the yellow color.
Okay.
And the women even don't say that. I mean, they say that it's not 100% shea butter. What tends to happen to is, I think most people prefer the lower grade, which is grade B, and then they add the yellow stuff to it.
Okay.
And back in northern Ghana, people cook with shea butter.
Okay.
So when something like that is added, they don't cook with it. They just prefer to cook with the sort of creamy shea butter, which is the grade A.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is the difference. It comes from the same shea nuts. There's nothing like yellow shea growing. No, it just comes from the same shea nuts. But when they're processing, somewhere along the line, they add the the root to the shea
And
butter.
does adding the root sort of take away from its properties? Does it make
not necessarily, but I find it a bit oily.
Okay.
Yeah, I find it a bit oily. But it's just the quality of it. I prefer not to use it. Yeah.
The yellow one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys heard it here first. The difference between yellow shea butter and white shea butter. So just a quick fire round. Are you more of a heels girl or flats girl? Which one do you prefer?
Oh. Can I say it depends? Well, normally I'm a flat girl. Yeah,
flats.
Because I'm at work most of the time, and normally you come here and I'm in boots and jeans and whatever have you. So I'm a flat girl, but there's nothing wrong with heels.
Okay, once in a while is good. Okay. And do you shop on the high street or do you prefer designer?
Oh, high street. High street.
High street. Okay, and then the final one, do you prefer Ghana or UK? That's an easy one.
Ghana all the way.
Of course. Okay. So right now what we're going to do is she's going to take us through some of her products, talk us through her bestsellers, and her recommendations for some of the products.
I spoke about SarahFynn shampoo, which is a sulfate-free shampoo. It's got argan oil, Rasul clay, marshmallow, burdock, shea butter, cocoa butter, and some other wonderful ingredients. And the reason why I like this is because it detangles quite easily my natural hair, and it's very, very gentle. So I prefer to use it over the other shampoos that we do.
Okay.
And then another favorite of mine is the Baobab African Black Soap. This is one of our best sellers as well, because I suffer with sensitive skin, slight sensitive skin. So decided, I'm a soap maker, I've been making soap for years. And with black soap, I know that it can be quite drying.
Yeah.
So I can't use it like 7 days a week. So I decided to formulate something that I could use and everyone else could use to enjoy black soap. So we have our Baobab Black Soap, which has got the, shea butter once again. Cocoa butter, it's got papaya, mango, and guava, so that it helps to exfoliate your skin without having to, you don't have the granules to disturb your skin, because the face is very delicate. So that's one of my favorites, as well as the bestseller.
Okay, and if I had normal skin, can I use this every day?
Yeah, you can. This is one of the bars of soap that we make for everybody.
Okay.
Whether oily, dry, or combination skin, we make that. And another of my favorites is obviously coconut oil. Sorry, it's down here.
The famous coconut oil.
Famous coconut oil. I take this with my tea because of the thyroid issues that I mentioned earlier, and it helps. I also drink moringa tea, especially at night, to help me sleep.
Okay.
Because once you leave this place, you need to
calm down.
So I use this. I don't use it in my hair as such. I prefer to use the palm kernel oil in my hair, which is this one here. Oops, it's a bit dusty, sorry. So I use the palm kernel oil in my hair. My hair prefers this over coconut oil.
Okay.
But for internal use, I use the coconut oil. Yeah, and I cook with it as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Palm kernel, you remember in Ghana, Dringo?
Yes.
It's the sister to palm oil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, palm oil from the outer layer, and palm kernel from the inner layer of the palm fruit.
So which one is used to make a bankwa? If you don't know what that is, that's
It's the nuts.
yes.
It's the palm.
The other ones. Okay.
The Haitian black castor oil, which I use on my hair as well, hairline, to help it grow. For a long time, we were selling the Jamaican black castor oil because that's what people knew.
Yeah.
But we decided to go back to our roots, trying to help farmers. So we sourced the Haitian black castor oil from another supplier who is on the same kind of wavelength as us.
Okay.
And people do ask what's the difference, and obviously apart from geographical differences, I think Nikki came out to say that Haitian black castor oil seems to be better than Jamaican black castor oil. And also this has been around for years, but it's just that it wasn't really on the international market. And because it's so cold here, you can see that it's solidified. Yeah. Just like all the other oils as well. Like the neem, oh gosh, neem, I know it's really strong, but it really, really helps. And recently when I went to Ghana, I decided to use this at night time. It kept the mosquitoes away from me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So although I know it, I won't let you smell it. And you can see the shea oil too solidified because it's so cold here. So I love exotic oils, or as someone would say, the weird and wonderful oils.
I haven't seen this one. I can't even say it. Prakashi.
Oh yeah. Prakashi oil. This is very good for. Apparently, what do they use it for? For pregnant women, you can use it on the skin, and because it has antibacterial, fungal properties as well. I mean, most people will say that for pregnant women, stay away from neem. It has similar properties, but I don't think it's as strong as maybe neem. And it's great in hair product as well. Yeah. So we use it, I think, in our argan and rooibos hair conditioner. Leave-in conditioner. And then obviously there's the papaya oil, and then the red palm oil you were talking about.
And I can use the red palm oil both on my face and on my hair. Yeah,
one of our customers, she's Caucasian. She said she used it as a, what do you call those things? Is it bronzer or to give her face some color?
Yeah, bronzer. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
So she used that. But we use it mainly in our hair products. One of it is this one. She sealed it. So that's what gives it sort of the yellow color.
Yeah, okay.
Because when I was growing up, I knew that palm oil was very good for the hair, as well as palm kernel. Palm kernel we use mainly on our skin to keep it glowing. Okay. So yeah, it's amazing what we get out of Ghana. Yeah. And I was talking about my shea butter. Oops. Sorry. Inkuto.
Yes.
I love this stuff, and it's off-white.
Okay.
Yeah, and normally, I mean, there's so many grades on the market, but we tend to go for grade A, mainly because it gives the women more money. Okay. And mainly because it's food grade. The other grades, you can't use it for food. No. Okay. So we go for the grade A. And some people say that, I can't stand the scent of shea butter.
I love the scent.
I know, I mean, it's nutty, but I think it's because we're so used to refined products and all that, so we lose touch with what is supposed to be natural. Yeah. And I don't mind because it just disappears. I mean, I used it on my face earlier today and I can't smell anything. Yeah, and it keeps my skin moisturized.
How do you know if the shea butter is grade A or grade B if I was to buy it?
It's difficult to know. It's really, really difficult to know, yes. I don't know, unless maybe you test it.
Okay.
Yeah, but then that's the beauty of maybe going directly to the co-op. Because when you go to the co-op and you insist on the grade A, they will give you the grade A. Normally, because most people go for grade B, what they'll do is whatever is left over, they'll sell it in the market, the open market. But yeah, it's quite difficult to tell which one is which. But I think grade B, probably from the feel of it, it has a different feel, and maybe the scent as well
might be a bit different.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think to the naked eye, it's very difficult.
It's very difficult. Okay. And I know you also stock different butters as well.
Yeah, like coffee butter. Ooh, are you a coffee?
I like the scent of coffee. Yeah, it smells exactly like coffee.
Yeah, it's a shame that we haven't got many butters. Like we have so many bottles of oil, but not butters. But yeah, coffee butter.
What's that good for? What would you recommend it for?
Funny enough, you can use it in the hair to promote hair growth.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen the advert for coffee shampoo or something.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't.
it's good for that as well as apparently for cellulites.
Okay.
I haven't tried this. But I like it also in body butter, which is this one here.
Okay.
Can you just about smell it?
Yeah.
It's the tiramisu body butter because, as I was talking about being in Italy, tiramisu was one of my favorite desserts that I had. And so when it came to formulating, I was like, how can I replicate that kind of taste or scent?
Okay.
So this hasn't got any added scent, but I've managed to hopefully get it right with monoi.
Okay.
I added palm kernel oil as well because it keeps the skin glowy, as well as coffee butter.
Okay.
Yeah. So the ingredients that we sell, we also use in our products. Like we've got the shear scrub. This is so seductive. It's best to use it at night time.
Okay. There's birthdays coming up, so it's maybe something to look forward by.
It's got vetiver and mei-chan. You could probably smell something quite musky. Yeah, that's the vetiver. And it's a sugar scrub.
Okay.
And it leaves the skin so smooth.
Nice. And she's just going to talk us through her bestsellers and some of her personal favorites.
Right, so I'll start with the Sewa Clay shampoo because this is sulfate free.
No. Alright, here goes.
Hi guys, I'm here with Akua Wood, the owner of Shea Butter Cottage, and today we're just talking through her personal
Okay. Do you want to go over it without the camera?
No.